Okay, quick video really on where we are with the drinks cart. This is the main frame, as you can see, kind of quite solid old frame, to be honest. There's a hole here which is, this will be where you put batteries and all the electronics and whatnot. And the steering fits, there's two steering blocks, one there and one there, which is for the steering wheel. And then at the back, we've got here, which is where the main drive system sits. On the inside, there's two different colours of elements here, which is why you've got this different coloured base. But what effectively you've got actually shows quite nicely is this pattern here, which is where the drinks holders actually slot into there. And then a small cable that goes along there, or a small groove, should I say, for the cable. So you can run all your servos through these little holes here. Through there, little hole there, which will take you into this main space. At the rear, there's another little hole just in the corner there, and that's really for any electronics that we want to run through at the back, where the shelf will sit here, which is for R2 or for whoever's driving this thing. What I have printed out, all the greebles are separate, so you can print them on high resolution, you can print them in resin. These are actually printed just on a standard Prusa, but with the surface ironing on. So as you can see, the quality on it has come out really well actually on these. These are 0.1 layer height, which just means then, and effectively where your greebles sit is, you've got one greeble that goes on that side, and then you've got another one which goes on the other side. And that's why I wanted to do all these separate. Just also, the other thing is when you're sanding these, what you've got is big flat surfaces then to sand without having to worry about taking out details. It makes it a little bit easier. So at the front, again, similar, there's this front vent system. That just pops into the front like that, which again, and also you can colour your paint these plates a different colour if you want to. What we've got on there is we've got holes through on the vent system, and the reason for that is if you want to put speakers on the inside, they go right the way through, so it allows you to put speakers on that front, so you can have sounds coming out through there, which is quite cool and fits on that. And then what else have we got in the box? We've got another greeble. So this is the driver greeble. So this kind of sits here. Obviously your Astromech kind of sits there, and so what you've got is you've got like a little interface port and a big red off switch. And again, the details come out incredibly well really on FDM. So I don't know if you can see that. And there's lots. It'll look better when it's painted, but there's lots of little details on the screws and nuts and whatnot that kind of hold this together. The other set of greebles we've got are these. So these are the cylinder ends. Again, I've printed them separately and put them separately just so you can get the detail, so you can really run this one on a fairly quick print. And where these kind of sit is on here. So as you can see, there's two holes, which is for the little grub screws that I tend to use, and then all they do is they pop onto the end of those cylinders like so. So you've got two ends on that side, and then there's some angled ones, which are these, and where they sit is on the front of here. So if we get them right way around, however it goes like that, doesn't it? There you go. So it'll be like that. So what you'll get is that kind of, I want to use the word iconic look, but it's not an iconic build, is it? It's just a kind of drinks thing that goes around Galaxy's edge. But you've got a plate at the front there, and you've got this lovely, I really like the front of this thing, because it's got quite a chunky kind of muscle car look to the front of it. And all of the bits really sort of then pop on. So I'm just printing some greebles at the moment, and then I've also got to print this back plate, which where the droid actually sits on there. And then the next thing is the little drinks lifters. They go into here. Each drink lifter, so there's 6 of them, because each of them got 6 330 whatever they are milliliter cans, you know, the smaller cans. So it'll fit 6 cans in there. Each can is run on 2 servos, so one servo flips the lid, and the second servo opens or lifts the can. But you've got 2 servos for the can lift, and then 1 servo for the lid lift. So that's 3 servos per drink section. So what you will have with the control is you'll have the ability to open one section and lift one can up, or lift both cans up. The next section, lift one can up or both cans up. So you can drive this around and deliver 6 drinks to people as you see fit, and then obviously fill them up as you want to. Drive system, there's a 37mm motor that's going to go in here. I'm not sure on the weight when we get it all together. We'll see how the motor drives. I've got two options. I've got a 30:1 ratio and I've got a 50:1 ratio. The 30:1 ratio is a bit nippier, but not quite got as much torque. And the 50:1 ratio one is quite torquey, so it's the same one that I use for driving the drone. So I'm quite sure that the 51 will work. I want to just have a play around with the 31 to see what kind of speed we get out of it. It's a fairly low rider, so it will be more for flat surfaces rather than kind of going off-road, but I think it'd be quite cool just to have it driving around and dropping drinks. Two magnets on the top, and this plate will just be a magnetic plate, but what it will do, lift the magnetic plate up, you've got full access then to get in there, grab your motors out there, charge your motors, and do whatever you need to do with the electronics. So that's pretty much the build so far. The files are in the whip folder on the directory, and what I will be doing in the next week or so is getting all the instructions out. I may do one of those little video fly-throughs as well, because I think they're quite useful for people to see how it all goes together and a good reference point on YouTube. So hopefully that's useful.